Hey, Sinatra, how's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm trying to do the same shit you're doing, but I gotta get used to it because I don't know how to do this shit. I'm actually more boomer technology than you are in some ways,
Yeah,
astoundingly.
I'll show you the ways.
Will you show me the way?
Yes.
I'll figure it out eventually, though. I'm trying to do just more stuff to make this more fun, guys. I don't know, because I think we're gonna do this every week, so I'm trying to make it funsies.
Yeah, I want to try to do it every week, but I don't know if I want to keep trying to do it on Tuesdays.
Neither do I. The big problem is that, guys, I play Pathfinder, which is
Stupid
basically
name. Shit.
fuck you, Dungeons and Dragons, essentially. Or what is it? What is what? Are you trying to be rude?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
You think I was going to say no to that?
Well, whatever. Fuck you, nerd. Double nerd.
You're
You're
going to call
even.
me a nerd while you're talking about Dungeons and
It's
Dragons?
not Dungeons and Dragons though. It's technically different.
Technically, Dungeons and
It's
Dragons.
Pathfinder. It is different. It's very different. Um. I know, because I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. It's quite different. So, because I play Pathfinder on Tuesdays, and that's been a thing I've had set up for a really long time, guys, although Tucker Tuesday sounds really good, right? It's catchy.
If you can't do Tucker Tuesday, you can still always be Go Tuck Yourself.
It can always be go tuck yourself. Actually, I think Bill today, our DM, while we were playing Pathfinder, said that Carlson Sunday was good. I think that's pretty. I like it. It sounds like a delicious ice cream.
Carlton Sunday.
It's a Carlson Sunday. Oh, Bill's literally here. What's
Well,
up,
Bill,
Bill?
your name's they're stupid.
Uh, fucking Sinatra's being a faggot. Hey, what's up? Um, shit. Okay, so what are we have as always a list of Tucker videos to watch.
Nah, I threw him away.
Oh, and sorry about this, guys. I know we're streaming over Andy, but really, whatever. Like, you don't have to always be live on all live streams.
What?
No, because Andy is streaming right now, or he's about to.
I'm gonna go watch Andy's stream.
Oh, you're gonna watch Andy stream? All right, that's yeah. Fuck you too. Fucking A.
Sinatra Tucker Aiden. That's an even worse name to do. You should feel bad.
Gunfox said, "Aiden, you are a nerd
Tuck
for
me
10."
in Friday. That's not.
Tuck me in. Oh, get tucked
I got
in.
a thing. I got a thing I do Friday, so you can't do that.
We can't do Fridays. We can't do Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays. Tuesdays is like the only day that I had anything to do. Specifically every week. So yeah, Tucker Tuesday sounds really nice, but fuck. Damn it. What the Tuck Wednesday? Biggest Dickus says. I don't know. We have to figure. We're gonna be doing it every week, and it'll be the same way that Sinatra pretty much does it with.
When I did it all my best self.
Well, yes, but I mean, oh great.
For trucks.
Fuck. But I mean, it's the same way that you do with Drunken Uncle and Irate Bear, which is that you rotate whose channel it's on.
Ooh, channel it on.
Ooh, channel. Ooh, me no believe in. Fuck. Hang on.
Calm yourself.
I might have said a thing that would have gotten me in trouble.
So, before we get into anything, there's something I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll elaborate more on this in the morning. But from what I understand, YouTube has started to roll out its new demonetization program. And
There's a new one?
Yeah, where they just demonetize whole channels. And from what I understand, that takes away the ability, because once you're demonetized, you're ineligible for monetization. That you can't get super chats or anything. And the first channel I've saw get hit by this was the guy who did salad fingers.
Really?
He posted a tweet about an hour ago. It's already got like 1,000+ likes, and it says, "We've determined that your channel is no longer eligible for monetization. even though you have almost 1 million subscribers.
And when was the last time he put out anything?
I think he uploads kind of regularly, but he said that he's gonna take his channel down now and fuck it.
Well,
The
yeah.
dude has like 1,500 patrons. Like, he's putting stuff out. Looks like the last thing he posted was March.
I didn't know that the salad fingers guy was still.
Well, I think he does other things. I'm just saying he's the guy who created salad fingers.
Right. I didn't know he was still doing shit.
But yeah,
David Firth, that's his name, yeah.
I said that.
Oh, well, sorry. Fuck. Really quickly, Perseus Gold, thank you for the $2 Canadian dues, said Carlson cop out on neocons in the Middle East. My opinion, well, I think Tucker, sometimes he can't speak complete truth because he's corporate media. Something else somebody said, though, Adrian Blom asked Aiden, who's Tucker harder, you or Sinatra? I think this show, in the bottom left-hand corner, as you guys will see, I have created a little counter that we can use over time to count the number of times that a lefty faggot, excuse me, a guest upon Tucker's show is able to answer a question that he poses to them. It's set at 0. I think it will probably very rarely rise above it, but sometimes it might. I think another thing we could do is try to create some sort of poll to determine who loves Tucker more, because the answer is I love Tucker more than Sinatra does, but he's convinced that he does, and he's wrong. But
I do. I'm wearing a Tucker Carlson shirt right now.
You're wearing the Tucker shirt? I was wearing it last week, though, so that doesn't
Yeah,
count.
but I'm wearing it right now, so I win.
No, that doesn't. You're actually wearing it right now.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're lying. You're lying.
I went and voted wearing it.
You can't do that because it's political stuff. They get mad at you for doing that.
They can get mad at me all they want. Who's gonna tell me I can't vote?
Well, I went and voted today as well.
What are they gonna tell me? You can't wear that shirt?
They might actually, because it could be considered a political whatever. I don't know exactly the term.
I wore a Trump shirt and they said I was intimidating when I voted in the presidential election.
You wore a Trump shirt when you voted for Trump?
Yes.
Here they got mad at me for I had to take my hat off within a 50-meter radius, or 50, I had to take it off anywhere near the voting building.
I had a hoodie on because it was November, and it was like half zipped up, and you could see the Trump thing in there, and they're like, that's intimidating, you have to zip your hoodie up. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, you're a faggot.
Pics of the Tucker shirt, or it didn't happen. We have matching Tucker shirts, so Sinatra, next
They're
time
not
we
really
got
matching.
Yes, they are matching. They're the
different
exact same
colors.
shirt. Oh, they're the exact same shirt, just yours is darker navy than mine is.
Yeah, mine's like a deep blue.
Ugh. All right. Yes, yours is a darker navy than mine. In other words, next time we're together, we have to take a picture of it, and I'll have that in the corner or some shit.
That's some high-level gay shit I can't be a part of.
I don't know if I can be a part of it, actually, either, to be honest. Let's just not do it. But the fact is, we do have matching Tucker Carlson shirts. All right. Charming. So, we'll have to... I think we could probably do a thing where people could vote. I'd have to figure out how to do it in OBS or with some sort of thing with Streamlabs where people could vote for who loves Tucker more. The answer is, of course, me. But if you are wrong, you could vote for Sinatra. And yeah, let's that shit about the demonetization of entire channels is fucked and horrifying that they started with somebody who...
I'm waiting till I get it.
Well, you've already kind of gotten it, haven't you? It's just been a soft demonetization.
I had a video approved for monetization that's like a year old. I'm so fucking done with YouTube.
We can use a straw poll, but I want to see it go up and down on the stream. I want to see it visually represented.
If you use a straw poll, Aiden will get mad.
Why would I get mad?
Because I'll win.
No.
Sinatra, will you stop streaming if they demonetize? I definitely won't make the same consistent content, no. I absolutely, I couldn't fucking afford to. I'd have to go get a night job or some shit because I can't work during the day.
It's sort of the same thing for me, is that like things got to the point where, in particular, because I basically got, I did not get fired, but I can no longer work at my old job with the university, guys. I can't, okay? So I was at a very lucky point because when that happened, I was at a point in my Patreon where I said, okay, I can do this full time. And I've been very lucky that even though it's you know, dipped and raised and stuff, it's been fairly consistent. And even though I've lost YouTube ad rev, I'm able to survive from it, you know. What do I play as in Pathfinder? I'm essentially a beer-barian bard.
You're a beard-barian? I know that guy.
Yeah, you know that guy too. Hey, if somebody... Wait, who's being timed out? Okay, Sinatra, don't abuse your mod powers. Oh, you're just abusing Sinatra, you're losing it now.
Oh, you can't take it. I didn't type in the chat.
Well, wait till you type in the chat. Don't... Sinatra is being a fucking Nazi right now. It's not fair.
I timed out everyone who voted against me.
Yes, because you're a fucking faggot. I can't work because of my views. Not at my old university, no. Essentially, no. Anyway, Popog for 2 says, what's the CDFX for Who Loves Tucker More? We'll have to, yeah, I'll have to find a way of actually, of determining how we can do this scientifically, because as you know, it's my channel, and if it's on here, I'm gonna have to do stuff scientifically. But speaking of which, let's express Who Loves Tucker More. It's been a whole 10 minutes.
Someone in the chat wants your PayPal. You can, if you want to donate to PayPal, you can donate to Streamlabs. Yeah, Streamlabs is essentially PayPal. Also, what you can do, if you are so inclined, you can donate to the youngest boomer alive today. That Sinatra says, whose Streamlabs is also linked in the description, and I highly suggest you do. The youngest boomer. It's really impressive. It's basically like a carnival sideshow. You know? I'm like, who was it, Benjamin Button? Right, exactly. Do you wanna watch some Tucker? I wanna go to bed. Well, of course you do. You're the youngest boomer alive today. I want to watch Jeopardy and blow my brains all over my ceiling, but I guess we'll watch some Tucker. Okay. Let's watch some Tucker. It'll make you feel better. You know, the other day I was feeling bad, and what we did, we watched some Dragon Ball. It made me feel better. Let's watch some Tucker. I want to shoot for the moon, starting under my chin. Don't say depressing things or I'll slap you upside the head, faggot. Welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. If you watch this show from time to time, you know that we really have tried to keep an open mind about the Robert Mueller Russia investigation. That sounds insincere, but it's not. It's sincere. If American citizens colluded with a hostile foreign power to hurt the United States, we would want to know about it. We would never defend disloyal behavior like that, no matter who the president was. So for the last year, we have consistently held back. Even as ominous signs accumulated, we struggled against calling the Mueller investigation a partisan witch hunt designed to topple a president. We didn't want to think that it was. But we all kind of know. Yeah. I mean, we all kind of know. There's some echo quotes involved somewhere. And by the way, Goyenberger Sheckelstein gave me 5, thank you, and said you're both wrong. I love Tucker more. Well, we'll have to prove it all scientifically. Go fuck yourself, Goyen. Who's hosting a stream about it? Goyenberger Sheckelstein. Love you. Thank you. As federal judge T.S. Ellis put it last week, Mueller is seeking only information that, quote, would reflect on Mr. Trump or lead to his prosecution or impeachment. There you have it. That's not a law enforcement investigation. Oh, still Mexican guy got showed. That is a hit job on a democratically elected leader. Why'd you do it? I didn't do it that time. I bet you did. Drew Thompson for 2 says, Aiden Sama, please notice me. Noticed. Still Mexican guy's a good guy. Of course, it pleases them. Removing Trump from office is the only principle they recognize. But instead of admitting that, they lecture the rest of us in grave tones about the rule of law, like they really care what the Constitution says. Of course they don't. As Pat Buchanan pointed out in a pretty smart piece over the weekend, Mueller doesn't have the power to take Trump out. No independent counsel would. The only institution empowered to prosecute a president is the Congress. The presidency is a political office. Voters get to decide who fills it. Other elected officials check the president's power, not unaccountable investigators or rogue FBI agents, not Peter Strzok or Lisa Page, the Congress. If the president has committed a crime, the Congress can put him on trial. That's called impeachment. They could do it tomorrow if they wanted. It's in the Constitution. In impeachment, and this is the best part,
takes place openly, in public. The rest of us can watch it and evaluate it every step of the way. There are no redacted documents or leaked text messages from creepy FBI agents. The whole thing is transparent, and that's how democracies are supposed to operate, openly. Ironically, the one group that understands this is the Democratic base. Kind of amazing, but it's true. They badly want to impeach Donald Trump, and they say so. Their leaders in the Democratic Party lie about it, and they do it for the same reason they lie about everything, because all they care about really is power. They don't want to scare voters before the midterm election,
speak
so they
truth,
don't mention
Tuck.
impeachment. And instead, they use unelected bureaucrats with guns to crush the presidency. And the worst part is, it's working.
Yeah, he's completely accurate on everything there, but I mean, I mean, mostly accurate. I think that completely demonizing the Dems is unhealthy for both sides, and or demonizing the other side, demonizing Republicans, such as they are. But it does seem to be fairly consistent that right now the Democrats seem to be, at large, incapable of thinking rationally about what the fuck they're doing regarding Donald Trump. Do you know what I mean? They can't seem to process that you're not going to impeach him because you're mad. Like, that's not how this process works.
Yeah, you can't just. I don't like him impeachment.
Unfortunately, that's not how it works. Ryan Potter for 2 says his mom and wife love him more. I don't know, debate me. I think I love him more. And Samuel E for 2 says, could you just say, fuck you, James, love your work. Fuck you, James, love your work. Someone also said, Mind Rape Jr. said, Aiden, please say dingleberry butt fart, please. There you go.
Someone asked me to do that in my chat the other day, and I was just so willing to say
I'm very willing.
butt fart.
I'm very willing to say dingleberry butt fart.
I'm just so willing to say dingleberry butt fart anytime.
Absolutely.
The opportunity arises. Hey, oh yeah, and by the way, dingleberry butt fart.
You're not
James,
timed out, but you're removed.
That's fake Ross.
I know it's fake Ross.
Dingleberry butt fart. Fuck you, James, you shit dick cunt.
Yeah, anybody who says that kind of shit, it's like literally one guy who spends his entire life spamming other people's channels. Imagine what it's like to be that dude.
Fake Ross is a very not busy.
I did not fake a suicide attempt. So
fake Ross is very, very not busy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mind Rape Jr. is also the guy who asked you to say dingleberry butt fart, so there you go.
I just said that.
I didn't realize it was the same guy.
How many people are going around asking people to say dingleberry butt fart?
I don't know, it's funny, so I would assume more than one. Let's continue with the Tuck. Continue. I became Asian for a second. Wait, that was racist.
It's
sorry.
been an amazing 24 hours, even by the action-packed standards of 2018. There's been a lot of drama in Washington. Last night, as you doubtless know, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani revealed on Sean Hannity's show that President Trump did, in fact, reimburse his lawyer Michael Cohen for payments Cohen made to porn star Stormy Daniels. That seemed like a major story at the time, but within hours, it wasn't even the biggest story of the day. NBC News reported that federal law enforcement had wiretapped Michael Cohen's phone and apparently recorded at least one conversation he'd had with the White House, presumably with the President of the United States.
So, is attorney-client privilege just done?
As far as I can tell, when it comes to the Trump administration, yeah, it's ogre.
So that's just a right that is taken away.
Apparently. I mean, as far as I can, I mean, they fucking arrested his lawyer with no reason. They just impounded somebody because he was related to Trump. So yeah, I would say yes. And when it comes to Trump, the laws just don't apply anymore.
No, they don't.
But then that story changed. NBC's new account claims that the FBI simply recorded the numbers that Cohen dialed and not the content of the calls he made. And that's where we are as of right now, 8 p.m. Eastern time. One thing we know for sure is that NBC screwed up, and there's no surprise there.
Why contain it?
Whoa.
That's pretty much all we can be certain of. Is
Cool.
NBC's
What?
Holy shit.
Old men. Warning. Warning.
Old men, warning, warning. Armchair Warrior, actually. Armchair Warrior, not PC person, I'm guessing, for 100 said, "Here are some shekels. Thank you so fucking much, dude. Wow, thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry for that. Just Jesus, thanks.
Good on you,
and thank you,
Armchair
Armchair Warrior.
Warrior.
Everybody, thank Armchair Warrior, please, in the chat.
Good on you. Yeah, give Stone Mexican guy a wrench. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, I know he's a good guy. Woofed. Where'd he go?
Anyway, he's
find him.
a lot on this side of the wall.
I know. He's allowed. Continue though.
First story was wrong. Why do we assume the second is right? We really don't know what the truth is, and we have no way of knowing. In the absence of honesty from our government, we're totally dependent upon leaks for our news, and many of those are dishonest. Michael Cohen, by the way, still doesn't know why his office was raided, and his phones and email were apparently monitored by the government because nobody in government will tell him, and they're not required to tell him. How Orwellian is that, by the way? Imagine if it happened to you. If one day armed men arrived at your office or your home.
Okay, good luck. Good luck, armed men. I'm armeder.
You are armeder, that's true.
Your phone, your computers, and your files at gunpoint, but never explained why they were doing it.
I think that's called
illegal seizure?
Yes. I actually forgot what it was called.
Yeah, that's an illegal seizure. That is against all of the laws, all of them, and all of them, and fuck you for doing such
everyone.
Every single one of them. Fuck off. You know, again, a fucking Molon lobby, come and fucking try and take it.
And the next thing you knew, cable news anchors were calling you a criminal. Now, Michael Cohen certainly looks like a shady character.
He looks like...
I love Tucker. He'll just call somebody shady looking.
He looks like he's gonna sell you a shitty fucking used Camaro that...
Yeah, he looks Italian. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you stupid cunt.
But so what? Shadiness is not a crime. The FBI can't destroy your life just because you talk like a character from The Sopranos or because you work for Donald Trump.
He got
Those
even more
felonies.
direct. Even he called him an Italian. He called him a Boston, N-word.
Basic norms were violated here. Attorney-client privilege is an ancient and a vital concept. And by the way, so is privacy. The FBI bulldozed all of that. Let's hope they had a very good reason for doing it. The government better have evidence that Michael Cohen was doing something awful, putting lives at stake or betraying his country or something really beyond the pale in order to justify this.
Dude, why are we listening? Why are we taking our political cues from a professional cum dumpster?
She looks like she takes a lot of semen. I'm just saying.
You know, Mercedes Carrera and also another professional cum dumpster. You should take. Okay. So she's a successful porn star, Mercedes is. Stormy Daniels is not. If you're going to listen to porn stars, at least listen to successful ones. Not ones with light bulb foreheads.
Yeah, probably not.
All of this was just about a financial settlement with some porn star, which, by the way, is a story that not a single American is honestly shocked by or threatened by, no matter what Anderson Cooper tells you. If that's all it's about, then what we're watching is a grotesque violation of civil liberties. And that would be a real crime, one with actual victims. Every American who believed in representative democracy, for example. James Kallstrom is a former assistant director of the FBI. He joins us tonight. Mr. Kallstrom, you...
Look at that vagina neck.
I can't help it. It's what happens when you get old. It's how you'll be, dude.
I won't get old.
You're already old inside. Is that what you mean?
You're a very, obviously, famous leader at the FBI. When you watch the last years, you've watched it unfold, how do you think the Bureau's doing?
Well, the leadership of the Bureau and the leadership of the department are doing well at all, Tucker. I mean, it's just outrageous. You know, I look back at some records and during the SNLs in the 80s and 90s, you remember that. You know,
yes.
Literally thousands of SNLs that went belly up, and a lot of corruption, a lot of criminality. Not one law firm in the United States, not one law firm was ever served with a search warrant for that whole period of time. And yet this little 4-person or 5-person law firm that just happens to be the law firm of the President of the United States is attacked by...
This guy's a hard guest.
Oof, yeah, he's a rough one. Thereby, real quick, let me. Oof, there's a
Hail
couple.
Charlotte Sarder. That's right. George Martin.
Would you rather have Charlotte Sarder as a guest? I know you would. I'm sure.
Oof.
Spooky Weep Trash, hey, for 5, says thank you. Aiden, FMK, Sinatra, Tucker, and Trump. What's FMK?
Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, fuck, marry, kill. Sinatra, Tucker, Trump. Oh my god. Oh no, that's...
Unable to answer.
Hang on. Okay.
I'd go fuck myself.
Oh,
I'd marry Trump, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to go kill Tucker.
this is an impossible... okay. If this exists, this is a really hard question. In a vacuum where Trump is not president, I would actually have to kill Trump. But because he's the president, I would kill Tucker. Other than that, it would be fuck Trump. Or if Trump is not the president, then it would be kill Trump, fuck Tucker, marry Sinatra. It's always MU, right? So like that one's easy, but it depends on whether or not Trump is president. Stone Mexican guy for
If
2.
Trump's president, do you marry him?
No, I still marry you.
You gotta marry him.
No,
I'd
I
marry him.
Wow. Okay, what fucking dimension are we in right now? What?
He's rich as shit.
That doesn't matter.
Don't be a fag.
What? It's not faggotry. It just doesn't necessarily matter to everybody, you dingus. And then in terms of Stone Mexican guy, I voted for Trump. Wrench me 3, please. You got a wrench. Sorry, I don't wrench everybody just because I do need more wrenches though, because we clearly have a rating problem. Madden Williams. Of one person. What are you laughing about, you dingus? You fuckboy, what are you laughing about? Come on, tell me the source of your chuckles. What? You say that we had a rating problem?
Yeah.
It's true. There's literally one dude who spends his entire life trying to fuck with me. And he uses the same icons and everything, which is so, like, you are such a faggot. You can't even realize how gay you are. Anyway, Madden Williams, says, hey Aiden, I listened to some interview you were on talking about being a teacher. Wondered if you would be interested in looking at one of my assignments I have written for a college class.
Fag.
Potentially, but I cannot start doing that in the long term. That will ruin my life. I already have to do that, or had to do that, not anymore, but I had to do that as a regular job. Oofed. Gabe the Dizzle said, how armed are you, Sinatra? Commando? ? Yeah, commando.
There was a slash in there.
Yeah, there was. You knew where the slash was.
Yeah, I got enough.
Yeah.
I'd survive for a while.
The Yoda 55 says they have to stop Trump for the greater good. And Iron Confed for 5 says, here's some coinage to my fave analyst. Curious though, what's your take on secession? I still have flashbacks to Tucker's Cal exit interview. I think probably California should get the fuck out, honestly, if they hate being part of this country so goddamn much.
We should sell California to Mexico, then wall off California.
Yeah, do it. Fuck Cali. California.
That's what I would want to do.
Let's continue.
Ask nicely.
Please.
Please what?
Could we please continue?
Please, Sinatra.
Pen registers, by surveillance, by search warrants. And, you know, to get a search warrant from a federal judge, in the criminal side, you have to talk about a criminal act that's taking place, a criminal predicate. And on the national security side, for the FISA judge,
Look at Tucker trying to look into.
I love his face.
you have to talk about the threat to national security, and talk about
Yes.
you know why it's going to be affected negatively in both cases without these extraordinary measures. I think it's far-fetched. I'll be corrected if I'm wrong, but to
Oh my God.
what kind of a predicate they could have possibly had in this case.
Well, so if it turns out that this really is all about a payment to a porn star, And I hate to say it, but let's be honest, it's just not a surprising story. Nobody voting in 2016 is going to be surprised by this.
Well, exactly.
If it turns out
Everybody,
that-
you know what, I've heard multiple people speak about this, but let's be fucking clear. Nobody who voted for Trump, and that includes the religious right who voted for Trump, thought, oh, gee, he's gonna be our moral leader. No, 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 no. We knew that he was a reality star, that he was a New York millionaire, that he was a playboy. We knew all of these things about Trump. So when someone comes out and acts like, oh, he paid off a porn star not to talk about him, it's like, yeah, probably, of course he did. Because this is America, and we're used to this kind of shit at this point, you know? This is what we expect from our celebrities, and Trump is first and foremost a fucking celebrity. Oh, fucking idiots.
Yes, I agree.
That's really the predicate for this.
And,
What do you think of that?
And nor is it surprising that Bob Mueller would do something like this. It's Bob
Why do you
Mueller's
say that?
Well, I mean, look at the history. Look at how he went into Paul Manafort's house and had 4 o'clock in the morning. Here's a potential, if by worst cases, a white collar crime stuff, and you go into a house at 4 or 5 in the morning with weapons shown. You drag a woman out of bed in her nightgown, and the children are, I assume, screaming, yelling around the house. I mean, that's just an outrage. We don't operate like that in the United States.
Outrageous.
If I was the head of the FBI, I would have not let the agents participate. Now, this is something that came from Mueller up to the U.S. Attorney in New York.
Mueller.
And they apparently put together an
It's only your
affidavit,
people, man.
and I guess the FBI was
sounds
involved
like-
with that. And that was presented to a federal judge. And when you go to a lawyer's office, you got to be real.
Okay, I can't.
Excuse you?
No, I
Did you
can't.
say something rude to me?
I can't do it.
What are you struggling with?
This guy.
I mean, he's awful, yeah, but look
he's
at how confused the Tuck is. So,
I can't.
what do you need help with?
I need to help living. I needed.
I'm trying to help you. Okay, you're just switching.
You may
All
have
right.
heard about a new battle between
no.
Congress and the Department of Justice. A group of congressional Republicans is demanding that the Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein release a series of documents related to the Russia investigation. They say they plan to impeach Rosenstein if he doesn't turn over the information. So far, Rosenstein has defiantly refused to do that. Now, before you tune this out as yet another partisan arcane debate, the kind that Washington specializes in, here are the details, because it's not that. There's a lot at stake here, far beyond the short-term political advantage of either party. The Russia investigation...
I don't think the Dems at large think past the short-term political gain. I don't think they think of long-term gain.
No, and I've told you this before, is that, you know, if you want to talk about the sort of quip, the funny thing about it is what my dad calls it, which is the reset button. And you can watch Democrats, or more accurately, again, I don't think the Democrat-Republican divide is accurate to describe the differences between people. But if you want to talk about it, they have this ability to sort of press the reset button, and they can do it within a single sentence, but they absolutely do it every single day. Of just press the button. That was easy. And, you know, there you go. There it is. You've got your bell. It's the that was easy button of basically saying, what do I think today? And how is it different from yesterday? What does it matter? Because this is just how I am now. I think more accurately, and as you and I have described, and as I have described with several people, my philosophy on the difference between conservatives and liberals is that conservatives have conservative opinions because we view things as fundamentally and inherently valuable. We want to conserve these things because we view them as inexorably of beauty or use or goodness. For the most part, liberals don't view anything as inherently good or bad. They're only good or bad if they have something to gain or be of value to us towards fulfilling our goals. And I mean, maybe this is diminutive, and maybe this is you know, breaking things down to very simplistic terminology. But why is it then that the liberals seem to be able to reset and be so hypocritical? Because we make fun of this all the time, right? why are liberals so capable of hypocrisy? Well, maybe it's because they don't really view anything as inherently of value or worth. That would be my take. So that's the reset button.
They're big gays too.
They are the big gay, but you're the big gay too. So I mean, what are you
I'm
gonna do
just a
there?
large gay, not a big gay.
Has completely dominated
I'm
the
the
business
big gay,
of government
so-
since the day Trump took office. It's all anyone in Washington can talk or think about. Never mind the potential wars on the horizon in Asia or the Middle East, or the fact our own economy and culture are changing faster than anyone can understand or digest. In D.C., only the Mueller investigation matters. So you may wonder, what is the Mueller investigation? What is it about? What exactly is Mueller investigating? Turns out almost nobody knows.
Gunfox for 5 said Sinatra, man the fuck up.
The
I
fuck
will
does
read
that
all the super chats, but I hear the Streamlabs ones quickly because they make noise.
mean? Well, I don't understand.
Man the
Rod
fuck up,
Rosenstein,
Sinatra.
he knows, but he won't tell Congress. Last summer, Rosenstein wrote a memo detailing the scope of the independent counsel investigation. Key portions of that memo remain hidden from view. Congress would like to see them and has every right to see them. Our Constitution requires our elected representatives to supervise the Department of Justice. Why is that? Well, so that bureaucrats with massive law enforcement and surveillance powers remain accountable to voters. We give them guns, let them arrest us, send us to prison, allow them to break into our private email accounts, tap our phones. They have a lot of power.
Of course, the average citizen can't have any of this power to defend them fucking selves.
Could you imagine if we just took Jefferson and brought him back here and was like, oh, this is just how things are now?
Just how he would literally facepalm. Oh god, I would
Like,
be.
this is the exact opposite.
Real quick, sorry. They have to say do we do this? The Yod for 55 says they have to stop Trump for the greater good. Iron Confed says, oh wait, I'm sorry, I read these. Sorry. Lil 5 UP6 for 6 Canadian dollars.
Read it twice.
I'm not. Says Aiden, how big are yo bobs? Also, can you cuck the tuck? No one can cuck the tuck, he is uncuckable. How big are my bobs? I don't know, ask Sinatra. Gabe the Dizzle said Sinatra just friend-zoned Aiden's marriage ideas. Faggot. Based Kekbot for 10 says, extraterrestrial here, still not immune to the racist slander. Sorry for them being racist towards you. Alien lizard man. Apparently it is racist to not give a shit. It's racist to do literally everything these days. Absolutely everything that you could possibly do outside of just being a black person and sitting in your house and making mud cookies is racist. Anyway, still,
Here's the thing for you.
Yeah?
From the Los Angeles Times. STDs in LA County are skyrocketing. Officials think racism and stigmas are to blame.
I saw that earlier, and actually go find my fucking retweet of it. I did not retweet it. I just basically said, what the fuck? So basically, like, we know that the demographics are related to the increase in violence, and we're just like, it's racist. It's racist that the police are arresting them for crimes. Anyway, he says, my own species has different races, so why should I care about them and humans? You shouldn't, and fuck humans. We're fucked, clearly.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
Popog
Not
for
to
2.
misuse that power.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna finish these. I'm gonna pound through these, my dude. For 2 says, thanks for switching, Sinatra. Switching to what?
I changed the video.
Oh, Gabe the Dizzle says, Aiden, Bubby, no more Avatar, live stream your face. Nope. I mean, maybe sometimes, but not all the time. Hexagon 343 for 2 says Sam loves Bosnia, and Gabe the Dizzle again says Dems playing demographic long game. Yep. But not a smart one. I've made videos on why it's not a smart one they're playing. Let's continue.
And if there's any question about their honesty, we get to check. That's what transparency is. Government bureaucrats hate transparency. They'd rather do their work in secret. Secrecy is the shield that protects them from our scrutiny. And not just in this case. Consider the House Intelligence Committee investigation into Russian collusion. It was just completed. It took a year to complete. The final report ran to 253 pages. Yet the rest of us couldn't really read it because key facts were missing. Just how many Trump associates did the Obama administration spy on during the 2016 campaign? It would be nice to know that. Sorry,
yeah, we can't let
it's
anyone know
redacted.
that. Even though we know for a fact they spied on Trump, which he called and was proven correct about. Yet, have you ever heard on CNN them basically retract their statements and be like, "Oh yeah, Trump was right that he was being spied upon." That they were essentially breaking the law or coming real goddamn close to it, of spying on essentially an enemy within their, within the election and the campaign. Have they ever admitted to any of the shit? No, and they never will, and they'll never get in trouble with it. They'll never be in trouble for it.
It's just so.
Ugh.
Yeah. The hysteria. How do I word this? The Overton window in the left has moved so far to the left among these people that if a Democrat, say, got accused and is being sued for molesting children, like that's happening right now, Nancy Pelosi won't denounce him. So
No.
that's where we're at now.
Of course not. And you know, you talked about this the other day, but what is the chance, chat? What's the real probability that Rosie O'Donnell will receive any punishment for the fact that she has been ousted for overpaying in the millions towards multiple Democrat politicians, despite the fact that Dinesh D'Souza went to jail for a year for doing the same thing in what, as far as I understand of the case, was unprecedented. So Dinesh D'Souza, an Indian, a brown man, basically spent an unprecedented amount of time going to jail and spending time in the slammer for spending one on one person. Rosie does it in the millions of dollars towards multiple. Yeah, I don't think she's gonna see shit.
Me neither.
Most of the chat is saying about zero or very, very little. Low chance she's gonna see any kind of repercussion for her behavior and actions. Rip Dinesh. You can hate him or love him. I have mixed opinions on the man myself, but whatever.
Yeah.
Is there any
Consistency,
actual
that's
proof
all
that
we
the
want.
Russian government directed hacking of the DNC and John Podesta's Gmail account? Well, if there is, that's been redacted too. Or how about this? The report says that the FBI agents who interviewed Mike Flynn didn't believe he was lying. But wait, Mike Flynn pleaded guilty to lying to those agents, and his life was destroyed as the result. He just sold his house to raise money for his legal defense. So what's going on here? Well, we don't know. That information was redacted. Why were all these redactions made? We don't even know that. We asked, no one would tell us.
Shock.
And then there's the FISA application to spy on Trump campaign aide Carter Page. That hasn't been released either, even though we now have ample reason to believe the application may have been fundamentally illegitimate, based heavily on discredited partisan hearsay, the Steele dossier. Jim Comey denies this, of course. He's denied it repeatedly on his book tour. Just the other day, he noted, smiling faintly as he said it, that there's no way to check, really, because it's classified.
Oh,
The joke is
gee,
on us.
yeah, what the fuck? And fucking Comey, you released... Sorry, I get my ears raped a little bit. I'll read that in 1 second. It's a bit longer, but yeah, Comey has fucking lied about this shit the entire time. He has been talking to people the entire time. He was the one who released the information to BuzzFeed.
Yep.
The information that he got from a bullshit agent paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign, who was talking to, as his main source of information, people he was paying for in Russia. Neato. Very, very solid source of data. Theririn, though for 5, says, even in Aden, the Dems are doing exactly what St. Paul warned. Quote, let us do evil so that good may come. Just because everyone's doing wrong doesn't make it right. Well said.
You all right?
Yeah, that was the end of the, I'm gonna read super chats in a bit, but yeah.
Okay.
Except it's not funny. Almost nobody trusts the government anymore, and that's one subject that both sides can agree on. There's only one way to fix that: sunlight. Stop hiding, stop lying, tell us what's really going on. Rod Rosenstein has no intention of doing any of that. In an interview today at the Newseum, Rosenstein compared demands for greater transparency from Congress to a mafia shakedown. Watch.
There have been people who have been making threats privately and publicly against me for quite some time, and I think they should understand by now the Department of Justice is not going to be extorted. We're going to do what's required by the rule of law, and any kind of threats that anybody makes are not going to affect the way we do our job.
Little victim. Extorted?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, you
little shit. What a douchebag.
Outright calls him a little victim. That's great, though. Real quick, I am gonna read all the super chats, but Istvan Kovac, you've asked me like 30 times, so I'm gonna answer. Do I smoke cigarettes? No. That's Sinatra. You can ask him. I don't smoke cigarettes at all. I'm completely anti-cigarette.
I love cigarettes.
Nobody elected Rod Rosenstein to anything or any of these people. They work for
Rosenstein.
us, supposedly on our behalf. When they won't explain what they're doing or why they're doing it, it is a sure sign.
Really make me think. How do I fucking... Can I do like a swirl effect on OBS? I don't know how to do a swirly effect.
And everywhere.
We'll just do that for like an hour, that you know that if we don't stop.
Joe DeGeneva is a former U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia, and he joins us now. It's hard to believe that just happened. That Rod Rosenstein, about whom I was ambivalent until today, would get out there and attack the Congress, which has constitutional oversight over his department, as mafia members, in effect, for asking for what the Constitution demands they have, which is oversight.
The Deputy Attorney General today disqualified himself from continued service in the Department of Justice. Jeff Sessions now has an absolute responsibility to call him into his office, berate him for saying that constitutional oversight is extortion. That statement by a constitutional officer like Rod Rosenstein is disgraceful. It's an embarrassment to the department, but it is of a pattern of what Mr. Rosenstein has done there since he arrived. He is a careerist.
Oh, wait, what's his name again?
I believe his name is Rod Rosen... Wait, what?
Stein?
He believes that the department can do no wrong, and that he is going to resist calls for more information. When you realize that he appointed a special counsel, Robert Mueller, someone that he's very close to and who is very close to James Comey, to investigate no crime and put this country through...
I can't do it, I can't.
Going on 16 months of interruption of the new president. That tells you something about Rod Rosenstein. He is resisting all of this.
I'm collected now.
He created the original sin, an investigation of no crime.
I'm just confused, though. I mean, Rod Rosenstein has a gun. He has the power to arrest you or me. Lying to him is a felony. He has a lot of power. Where does he think that power comes from, if not from the Congress and the voters who elected those members of Congress?
When you are as arrogant and as deep in the belief that you have been given a duty to do whatever you think is right for the country, and when you hate the President of the United States, as I am now convinced Mr. Rosenstein does, then you believe you can do anything.
I haven't heard a single word this guy said.
I haven't either. I'm too preoccupied with your stupid goddamn joke.
The Attorney General.
Just because God made you all powerful.
Let's listen to. What? God. Okay. Oh, then I could all think. I mean, is he saying though that God made them the chosen ones?
Shut the fuck up.
Did he make them the chosen tribe? That's the question, though. I'm sorry, this is not... Oh, this is going to get me in trouble, you dick.
I just said,
What have we said? Actually, what have we done here other than just we've just questioningly. And Gunfox said, "Oh geez, oh god, oh geez, Rick." Gunfox said, "Well, remove that." Gunfox for 10. Thank you, Gunfox. Said, oh, would you two save it for the bedroom? Eesh, let's get back to Tucker. And base, I don't know. Base Kekbot for also $1 said, I'm more feathered than a lizard. I'm
waiting for you to read the next one.
Read the next one.
Super chat.
I'll read this. Okay, hang on. All right, no, let's go to the super chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit. It's funny. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I got it. No, stop. Can't do it. Biggest suck said the fact that Trump slept with a porn star is as surprising as the fact that Mike Pence hasn't. Yeah, they and then like Michelle Wolf, what's her cunt, got all was like,
Mike Pence doesn't go out to dinner with women. Blah, blah, blah.
I hope someone kicks her in the pussy with a steel toe boot.
I sincerely hope someone does too. She needs a good kick in the cunt. Henry Clay for 5 says every time. Now it just sounds like whiz. Okay, Henry Clay for 5 says, every time you say greater good, I think of the hot fuzz echo. Well, welcome to the echo stream. Otis Bond... Otis Bontranger for 5 says, caught you live at last, Aiden. Now I'm so sorry. Look what you've walked into. Started watching your channel 2-ish months ago. I enjoy listening to your videos while I'm on the road, driving or working. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate it.
Stop listening.
You won't appreciate this video. This is not academic at all. Spooky Weeb Trash for 5 says, Rosie had rich old white Democrat lady privilege. She also probably had old white Democrat balls in her mouth. Just my thought. I don't know. I could be wrong. Child of Slanesh says, Sinatra, what do you smoke? The answer is he smokes Newport menthols.
I don't smoke Newport.
I've seen him do it. I've watched him smoke. Well, he's lying because I've watched him smoke Newport menthols.
I have Marlboro menthols right in front of me.
Okay, it's already bad because they're menthols, and then it's worse because it's Newports. The Ririn asks, are you two pretending to be Dory or something? I don't know.
What's a Dory?
Well, Dad, there was a movie from about like 15 years ago called Finding Nemo.
Alright, go.
Okay. Papag 5 says, would you be adding a new Patreon tier for the $100 that bestows the title? I don't know, maybe. Oh my god. Okay.
You good?
Are you good? Are you good? Okay.
A high school senior in Utah was the subject to public shaming, a lot of it from across the country, because of the dress that she wore to prom. Watch.
A single post with a one-word caption and 4 photos
this story
changed everything.
I was accused of racism, cultural appropriation.
Thick.
Check out that booty, though. I mean, seriously.
I didn't mean any harm.
She's thick in all the right places.
When I first talked about the story, she is 18.
Yeah, no, I don't want to fuck her. I'm just saying, like, she looks good in the fucking dress.
When I first talked about the story, I said, do you think anyone would care if she didn't have a big juicy ass and all these dudes didn't want to come in her?
No.
Do you think anyone would give a shit?
Nope. No one would give a shit about this if she wasn't a cute white girl. If she was an ugly white woman, no one would give a fuck. If she was could you imagine if she was a big fat cunt? Everyone would be like, congratulations, you're so incredibly brave
Slay
of you.
queen.
You're so brave, slay. Oh, call Oprah. Fuck off.
Or racist intent.
That's Keziah Dom, and the dress she wore is called a chai pao. It is commonly worn in China. In response to the photos, Twitter user Jeremy Lamb tweeted this, quote, "My culture is not your bleeping prom dress," whatever that means, but his...
He tweets that from the white man's internet on, I believe, an Asian man's Twitter. Yeah, okay.
I mean, people are gonna get mad for saying that I think she's pretty, but she's pretty. I think everyone can say that she's pretty. She's sexually attractive. At least she's sexually attractive to her cohort, and I think that's what makes this.
She's hot.
Yeah, but for the people that she's going out with, these other 17 and 18-year-olds.
Oh,
yeah.
that's like the nicest chick
the
you'll ever talk to.
Exactly, and that's why it's so infuriating.
Kaiser milk.
80,000 likes. Ironically, the chai pao isn't actually from China originally. It was appropriated from a neighboring non-Chinese culture.
There's no way she's not white. Or there's no way she's white.
She's Mexican or something. Like, she's Hispanic or Italian.
Get back on this side of the wall, girl.
Something not white, you know.
Here, I'm giving you control of the room. I gotta take a piss.
All right.
You have control.
All right. All right. Chat for 3 minutes while Sinatra takes a piss. Is she white or not? I would say she's. I'd say she passes for white.
Old man knees.
And are we allowed to say she's pretty? Yes, we're allowed to say she's pretty. Just don't go weirdly oogling her. How about that? But that, like, you know, the whole like, oh, you said she's hot, therefore you're a pedophile. No, she's a very pretty young lady. We're allowed to all fucking admit that, for fuck's sake. God damn it. Not white at all. No one, you think she's not white? I mean, I don't think she's 100% white, but she passes for white for sure. Oh, she's mixed or Hispanic or mestizo or something, but yeah, she's definitely fucking passes for white. She is pretty fat. She is not fat. She's got the moves in the right places. She got the big booty, and that's why they hate her. That's why they're so angry, because she looks predominantly white and she's got a big old ass. That's why. I mean, Jesus Christ. Hair in Brazil should be pure Aryan, but Helios, that's Brazil. You know where you're at. Yeah, don't try to fuck her. She's 8. I mean, I think she's 18. Whatever. She's an adult. Fuck off. Either way, like, you know, whatever. Just, we can all admit the woman is pretty. The girl, if you want to call her that, is very, very attractive. I think, huh? We could all admit that. And I think that's why they got mad. If she was a big, fat, ugly broad, they'd be like,
oh, yeah, good for you, girl. Oh, congratulations. Oh, you rock that dress.
You know, the thing is, yeah, she's not hideous, she's not fat, so that's why they just want to shit talk her. That's why she's basically, you know, prime real estate to trash talk. What's the music I was playing at the very beginning of the stream? I played, oh shoot, I don't remember now. I played a remix of music of sound effects from Metal Gear Solid Rising Revengeance. I played a remix from Lisa the Painful, the 666 remix with Money from Aesop Rock, or excuse me, Hail Mary Malone or Malone. I actually don't know how it's pronounced. And then I did a remix of some music from Ace Attorney. Yeah, I don't think it matters really what race she is in terms of reality, but it does matter in terms of what race she is when it comes to how Twitter reacts to her. Because here's the funny thing, poll can go all day.
She's not white enough.
But the fact is that the way that Twitter has reacted to her has been saying it's wrong for a white girl to wear this cheapao, however it's pronounced. And that's what really matters, because that's what's going to matter in terms of the mainstream perception of this girl, and as it has mattered, because she has been castigated at large and she has been reprimanded, and it's kind of played out now, so it's sort of over. But you're losing your wrench too, by the way, Sinatra, because you're a naughty boy, so no more wrench for you. But it has mattered for her life pretty extensively. That she has been called out and been told horrible things, that she's a terrible racist, and she may actually have problems potentially in the rest of her life moving forward because she wore a fucking dress. I would like to tell you guys to go and look at, we won't play it here, I'm sure. Fuck you. That's not even a truck. That's some asshole on a fucking motorcycle. But oh shit, I didn't really remove your, oh yeah, I removed your thing. Anita, what's her name? Anna Kasparian and all of those little ding-dongs were complaining that this was racism. They were all out there on the Young Turks complaining about how this was racist. And were bitching about this woman, and this girl, however you want to describe her, and saying it wasn't fair for her to claim that, she wasn't, that she was a victim of any kind of harassment. She was the victim of an actual, and I don't mean the kind of shit that fucking, Anita Sarkeesian and et al. Complain about, but real fucking people, because it does happen. There is such a fucking goddamn thing as a harassment campaign.
I'm not gonna play the rest of the video till you give me my wrench back.
Alright. There is such a thing as a... I think I already fucking did. I actually did it for a second. There is such a thing as a targeted harassment campaign. It happens. It happened to me. I was the quote victim. Not the victim. I think that victim is a weakening word. But I was the target of a harassment campaign, as was this young woman. Hers was much more extreme than was mine. And we see it all the time, but it never happens towards leftists. They want the hate so bad, and they can't get it.
No,
and yet they dish it out so easily.
Mike Stachberry was given the runaround the past few days.
Who was that?
Mud Hut Mike?
I know of him, I don't really know who he is.
He's been given shit for tweeting positive things about the Day for Freedom thing, and about how he talked to Dankula and Sargon and shit.
And how did he get shit? Did he get shit in a targeted way, or people just
people have been tweeting about him for days?
Or was it the way where he did something fucked up and then got called out?
No, he talked positively about his experience at the thing, and people have been giving him shit for it.
Other lefties?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, though. It never is originating from the right anymore. I'm not saying it can't, but I'm saying that my point here was that the people who engage in these campaigns are, can we be fair, and pretty much almost exclusively the left at this point, who engage in these online harassment or targeted attack campaigns. The right does do them, but not on the same level. It's not just towards this girl, it's towards anybody. I've been a victim of it. Everyone is. And they don't give a shit about reality, and they don't give a shit about what actually is going on. All they care about is, dogpile, destroy this person, ruin them. They don't care about anything else, and they can be another leftist, like I'm sure this girl was, and we can look at, what's the name of the girl, I was talking about her earlier today. The girl who was removed from the one college. For recording the fact that she was reprimanded by her administrators. I just talked about her today, and I can't remember her now. Shit, I just talked about her earlier today. The fact is, the left destroys and eats their own, just as much as they will eat and try to destroy anyone on the right. Now, this is lucky for us because it means that they eat their own. this thing is too, though, is that it's really repugnant because you can watch them, people who preach all day long, will talk all day about namaste, love to everybody, oh, peace and happiness, and then we'll just be like, kill this person. I hope they die. Lindsay Shepherd, thank you, chat. And they will outright say, I hope this person dies, I hope this person gets murdered. And you know, as they did towards this young woman, who did nothing other than wear a dress. I saw all kinds of tweets saying that people were seriously being like, someone should go kill her.
Lindsay Shepherd.
Yeah. My point is, I saw people seriously saying on Twitter, like, this woman should be killed for wearing a dress. And does that get removed from Twitter? No, because it's a leftist opinion. So what the fuck are we all supposed to do? We can't fight back in terms of social media, because what are we supposed to do? I mean, luckily, they've calmed the fuck down, only now because this witch hunt towards this young woman has died out, only because I bet they found something else to burn. They live on being sensationalized 24 hours a day.
Will we get to keep playing the clip?
Yeah. I was just mad, sorry. I was you left me alone to proselytize. I proselytize.
Kathy Aru is founding publisher of Catalina Magazine, and she is, of course, our liberal Sherpa, guiding us through the labyrinth of this modern world. So, Kathy, it's great to see you. Thank you for coming on.
Hi.
This raises, look, I get it. She unintentionally, but still appropriated a cultural talisman from a culture that's not hers. But does this go both ways? Does this mean that, Chinese people are wearing neckties, which is a Western invention? Are they committing cultural appropriation by doing that?
Well, what she did is almost like an exploitation of a culture.
What?
She's exploiting it.
How
It's
does it exploit it?
because
How does it exploit it? Exploit means that she gains something from it. Please, you would have to explain this shit.
A ton of Twitter followers.
She gained a ton of Twitter followers because you attacked her. The left tried to destroy her, not because she wore a goddamn dress.
Taking advantage of a culture she doesn't really know much about. I don't think a businessman, a Chinese businessman, doesn't understand the Western culture. He understands what the tie is. He understands what the suit is. But she had no idea what this dress meant and what it's about, and she didn't even appreciate it. One of her comments was, "It's just a."
Okay, so many things to unpack already. First of all, the guy who made the tweet that got 500,000 retweets or whatever, who was bitching about this, did you see his other tweets?
No, I didn't.
Oh, he said things like, eating a hot dog in San Francisco with chopsticks. This is what America is about. He had all of these tweets where he basically said things about how he saw value in cultural fusion, right? And he himself is not a Chinese person. He is a second generation Chinese person, from my understanding. I could be wrong. Excuse me if I am. So, he's the one who started all this. Do you think, Kathy Aru, do you know what the fuck a kapow means? As Tucker just explained, it's not even an originally Chinese dress. It's already a fusion dress. The fact that she was saying the dress doesn't matter is because, yeah, does a piece of clothing fucking matter? I'm sorry, I'm just looking, but Red Wolf Corp Revamped for 2 brought up a good point. What if she went in a Japanese schoolgirl outfit? Japanese schoolgirl outfits traditionally were based on sailor uniforms. Western sailor uniforms. I thought this was supposed to be the melting pot, but somehow no, it only works one directional, doesn't it? Go ahead, sorry.
Effing dress? I mean, this is a culture. She borrowed a culture and she cared so little to appreciate it. So definitely wrong.
So if she had loved the dress more, would it have been better?
She loved the dress. She knew so little about the background. She said she loved it because it would give her attention. She loved the attention it would give her.
Yeah, that's why women wear nice clothes, to get attention.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's true.
That's why you're on TV right now, stupid.
And then she took those pictures in these poses that were, I think she thought were Asian poses, but they were actually Vape Nation and promoting.
Whoa. Okay, let's be very clear. First of all, everyone else in the picture is doing it. It's not just her. This is a H3H3 throwout. It is a Vape Nation respect pose. They're all doing it, and if you notice, every single one of the guys is doing the Vape Nation sign. This is not an Asian pose, and for you to say this, Kathy, is fucking racist.
Look at that ass, though.
Oh, it's a great ass. But my point is, like, she's being so incredibly racist by saying by holding your hands together is an Asian pose. That's racist as fuck.
Do you think the other girls were mad at her for wearing that dress?
I mean, I don't know. The one...
You think they went to the bathroom like, this bitch?
I mean, I don't know. The one to the blonde... Not her, but two over. They already know she's the hottest one there. She's super... She's pretty. That's why this was a news story. Because she's fucking... That is, again, why this is a news story. Because she's pretty. And they can try to tear her down.
YouTuber that is controversial in itself, and she's praying to Papa John's pizza. That's what that pose is. So that
you don't even understand what's happening.
My memes are not your goddamn culture.
She's appropriating memes, yeah.
A pose that is appreciating a culture. That's a pose mocking a culture and promoting.
No, it's Papa Bless. Holy shit. You are so out of touch. This is the funny thing, is that, like, liberals for years and years have been like, oh, we're the hip ones, we're the cool ones. No, you are so out of touch that you don't even understand a basic fucking internet meme.
A YouTuber.
The Papa John's culture?
It's a YouTube.
But what about... I mean, this is not the only form of cultural appropriation from China. I mean, people use chopsticks. They eat Chinese food. College students have Chinese characters whose meaning they don't know tattooed on their bodies. Are all of those out of bounds now, too?
Well, they say appropriation and appreciation is a fine line, and it seems like she was... Well, apparently she didn't understand that she maybe is not a racist, but what she did was
maybe.
a form of racism.
So what you're saying is that white people ought to stick just to white culture and sell.
I can't believe what I just heard. She outright said this was racism. She outright said this was racism.
I believe she's controlled opposition.
I think she's probably just insane. Why else would she go on Tucker's show? She has to be out of her mind.
I want to die. Suicide's painless.
Suicide is... But, like, here's the thing. It's a great screen, you know, shot you got there. She outright said, wearing a dress if you don't appreciate it enough is racist. Okay.
White culture?
No, what I'm saying...
Oh, you're not saying that. So what are you saying? I'm getting confused, because I thought you're saying that white people should stay in their lane and just stick with white culture and celebrate it, their own culture.
That's fine. We'll stick with white culture. We'll stick with internet and peace.
Yeah.
And civilization.
Fine, right? But you don't get to have any of our culture, though, is how I would like it to be.
Yeah.
So you don't get to have any of our internet, anything that white people, anything a white person has created, you don't get to get now. Okay, fine. Let's make that deal. All right.
Wakanda forever.
Clearly used this for personal gain. She wanted the attention. She was in the middle of all those photos. She wanted it for personal gain.
She
put it
was
on Twitter,
at prom.
Yeah, she's at fucking prom.
Facebook,
you know what, this woman, and I have to tell you, lady, you keep pausing her face at great points, but lady, I went to prom with another woman, not even as a date, but as a friend, because I couldn't get a date. So I understand not being the popular girl at prom. But that's not how prom works. I don't know what level you were at, but you weren't clearly even on my level. You were on some kind of, like, subhuman tier of prom.
You probably didn't go to prom.
I guess you didn't go. Did you not go?
I didn't go.
Well, okay. Whatever. But people take pictures at prom. You fucking dumb whore. Fuck.
It wasn't like eating Chinese food and enjoying the deliciousness of Chinese food.
People actually wear dresses for attention. I mean, that's sort of what they are. So, I wonder, though, what about people from other cultures, from Asian cultures, who dye their hair blonde, but don't fully understand the culture of blondness. Is that cultural appropriation?
I think they understand and they're appreciating it. It's not a majority culture taking advantage of a minority culture. It's not someone dipping into a culture and stealing an element
but
for personal
globally,
gain.
I mean, white Americans are a tiny percentage of global culture, of course. They did invent the airplanes.
This happened in Utah, so
well,
this was,
of course it did, but this is a global phenomenon. So let me ask you, I mean,
she
is
did
there
it in
any
a majority culture? She did it here. To mock people from elsewhere.
I don't know if she was mocking.
How is she mocking?
This
You
does
have
raise an interesting question, though, about assimilation.
Crazy
so
Kathy. Crazy Kathy. That's her name, Kathy, right? Or something like that? It starts with a C. You gotta prove how she was mocking the culture. You gotta prove that. Do you have any evidence? Nay? Then fuck off.
Why would they have evidence?
Because they don't have evidence for anything. Evidence is racist.
Which we've thought for hundreds of years was a good thing, is the process of cultural appropriation. I come in and I take parts of your culture and make them my own. I adopt your culture. Well, we thought that was good, but now the idea is that everyone stays in their own culture, and then, of course, by definition, hates every other culture. But
there's assimilation and there's appropriation, and she didn't do this to assimilate, to get to know a culture. No. She did it to just enjoy it for an evening, get as much fame and publicity out of it as she could on Twitter and Facebook and social media.
Okay, wait, hold on. What happened with Andy? Because he was just live a second ago, and now the stream is gone.
Whoa, what happened?
What happened to Andy?
Unrelated Coma says she's crazy. I think she's an actress. She's trolling. Probably because this is craziness. This is insanity. I don't know how she can be a real person. But then again, I have spoken to leftists who outright said to me that if you agree the Holocaust exists, you're a Holocaust denier. So I don't know. I really don't know with lefties anymore. I think they might have all lost their minds. I've had lefties who've come to me over the last 2 weeks and said shit like, if you don't know the exact number of Jews who died in the Holocaust, and you state that you don't, that's denial. Oh, by the way, I don't either and can't state it, and cannot understand that that also makes them Holocaust deniers. As we wait for whatever the fuck happened with Andy.
Okay, I don't know why I was expecting this chat to give me a real answer.
No, my chat is good.
You went and took the BBC, bad sound. She's Jewish. Andy is a shit show. Andy cares too much. Technical failure. Andy on suicide watch. Andy broke his computer.
Is Andy all right? I think it's probably just a random failure. Let's see. Matt Fields for 2 says, pretty white girl problems. Jacober for 2 says define white. Kane for £2 says she is thick. She is thick. Red Wolf Corp revamped for $1. Didn't say anything. Henry Clay said Kevin Logan in a week. Aiden Paladin is a pedophile. Oh, dude, they've been doing that for a year. Kane for £5 says come to Scotland. The country converted blacks into gingers. I'd actually like to go to Scotland very much to visit Mapal Naka and shoot microwaved eggs into his face.
I'd go to Scotland to ignore Nuka and hang out with Dankula.
So, intentionally ignore Nuka? So, just be there and ignore him intentionally and not address his existence. It'd be like, oi! And trying to, it'd be like, I got a wee thing to talk to ye about. I gotta put my dick in the owl, and you'd be like, nay.
I just look the other way whenever he talks to me.
Man of the Gap for 5 says, a handful to motivate you to keep doing academic screeds in YouTube. Enjoy seeing the math. Thank you. Next video should be out maybe tomorrow, but probably not. I've got half of it recorded. It's way long. It's way longer than I anticipated. We're 35 minutes into the recording, and how much through? Now I had to pause a lot. It's gonna be another 50-minute video. They always are, you know that. Red Wolf Corp or Core, excuse me. God, I hate seeing that word. Red Wolf Core revamped said for 2, what if she went in a Japanese school girl outfit, which I brought up earlier. Based Kekbot for 5 says, I grew up in a small town in Amrar called Woolwink. I might recreate traditional Amrari fashion just so I can slam lefties with cultural appropriation. They're not very consistent, so it's easy. Let's see. Theririn for 2 says, remind me, why is cultural appropriation so bad? Nobody can say, as far as I know. Frenchnator 2 for 5 says, looks like TJ Kirk made a video bitching about Tucker. Looked at one of the thumbnails to his video. TJ, quote, I'm an atheist, debate me, Kirk. Frenchnator further for another 5 says, this would be a problem if she kept Asian people from practicing his or her own culture. That's a good point. Nothing about this prevents Asian people from being Asian and expressing their cultures and things, whatever they want to do. That's why it's America. D Warbucks for 5 says, Andy had 2 black dudes on, show sucked, technical issues, couldn't understand my super chat question because low IQ. And Sin for 525 for 2 says, Aiden, I'm a poor fag, but you're best girl, so shekels. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know what's going on with Andy. You got any idea?
Gay.
Yeah, pretty much. Should we finish this up? How many more videos do you have after this?
This is the last one.
This is the last one. Okay. So we've been going on since 7:30, so not that long.
Right out. So how convenient.
But let me ask you this: when
How
someone
convenient.
from Dubai flies on an airplane, which was of course invented by the Wright brothers at Kitty Hawk,
right?
Why isn't that an even more effect? And just gets on the plane and has a glass of champagne and doesn't think about the contribution of these Ohio brothers to
Here's a direct question we could add to our list.
Cultural appropriation?
They are, but I don't think that they're getting anything. They're not hurting anyone, and they're not offending anyone by doing so. And when she put on that dress, she hurt and offended others. And
no, ask yourself that question. How did she hurt anybody? Now, is this Sinatra? Here's a question: do you think this woman? She's on Tucker a lot. Is she an actress?
I said that earlier.
Do you think she? But I mean, honestly,
you think more not listening to me?
I was listening to you. Do you think she is? Do you think she is honestly? I did hear you, but do you think she is honestly an actress? That she's not a real person?
I think she's a human.
Well, of course she's a human, but she is just someone that Fox News invented.
It's certainly possible.
I think that's a reality because she acts like such a fucking moron. I really don't think that it's. I mean, but we don't know because we've seen how fucking retarded the lefties can be on this, where they can just be completely fucking brain dead. So I don't know. I would really like to believe that she's not a real person, that she's an actress.
Yeah, it's certainly possible.
Well, is that the end of our week of Tucker?
Yep, that's it.
All right, I'm gonna finish off the last couple of super chats, and then that's it. I think it's Jarnigi for 5 says, need to see Sinatra in a Japanese schoolgirl outfit ASAP. Well, Sinatra?
Buy me a schoolgirl outfit, Jarnigi.
Well, I mean, I will.
No, Jarnigi.
Well, he gave me $5, so that's $5 towards your schoolgirl outfit.
It's like $4 after them YouTube shekels come out.
That's true. But you are apparently, although I don't trust you, because I think that you're potentially lying, that you're wearing your Tucker shirt tonight.
I am.
All right, so next time you and I are hanging out together, we gotta take a picture of us both wearing the Tucker shirt.
No.
Elsewise, we both have to be live on camera wearing the Tucker shirt.
No.
It's gonna be one of the. Yeah, it's gonna be one or the other.
Nope.
Yeah, it's gonna be one or the other. And I believe that our Tucker questions asked corner still lies at 0. No one is able to answer Tucker's direct questions. Frenchnator 2 though for 5 said, in JF's accent, and the sheets on the super chat mail, and the dream goes to shit. It's probably true. I don't know.
I saw someone in the chat say, there's more super chats here talking about Andy's stream than on Andy's stream.
Well, we're quite over inundated, and Gabe the Giselle for 2 says Kathy is a magazine editor for Teen Vogue, and actually, well, you know what, I believe did I tell you this question or this quote and situation, which I will now either way, which is something I've been wanting to do, guys, as a stream in the very near future, is a stream on losing friends due to leftist hysteria, right? It doesn't mean that you yourself are not a leftist, because a lot of people I know still are. And still believe in liberal and left-leaning ideas, but the left hysteria has driven them out. When my friend, who was my best friend for my entire life, was losing her mind to leftist hysteria, she at one point told me that Teen Vogue was the best outlet for news in the world, the most trustworthy. So that's where liberalism, that's what liberalism does, not liberalism, that's what extreme leftism in the modern world does to people. It convinces them that Teen Vogue is the epitome of journalistic integrity. It's sad, I know it, but that's what it is, man. Anyway, we're still at 0, and we've got about 6 minutes left before the hour, so I figure we end at the hour. Anybody else in the chat or has any questions for me or Sinatra before we finish on our... we will try to figure this out in terms of the... what day of the week we're gonna do this?
I'm not sure. I think Thursday sounds alright.
Maybe. Hey, Scrub, my son. How's it going? Oh, Halsey, thank you so much, and said, I bet if Aiden was eating Kung Pao chicken, leftists would accuse her of supporting Genghis Khan's Mongol massacres. You can't
I support
win.
Genghis Khan's Mongol massacres.
You can't win with them, my dude. You really can't. They'll
Halsey's
accuse you.
giving you that Jew money.
Wow, you're a racist. Based Kekbot says, I was bullied a lot for my disfigured face after being mauled by a 22-foot-long tyrant. I was in a coma over a month. Now I'm making history. You know, you can't allow...
super chat more ugly. Maybe people will like you.
You know, when a dinosaur mauls your face, you can't let that stop you. You gotta press on.
We was Moorish Americans and shit.
Do you have anything to shill, Sinatra?